Hello everybody, welcome to Shogi Ramen TV. いらっしゃいませ。Let's enjoy Shogi with me. Today, I want to show the Kisei title match second game. Sente Sota Fujii and Gote Takayuki Yamasaki. Okay, then let's start see the Kifu. Sente pushing pawn and pushing pawn and pushing pawn and pushing pawn. And Gote Yamasaki is a freelance player, so we cannot guess his strategy. So he will play the Fujii or Ibisha in this moment, pushing pawn, moving the bishop, and moving the silver, and pushing h pawn. So in this timing, the pushing h pawn is very interesting way for the all-rounder player. So if Sente push back this pawn, Gote will choose Ibisha. So in the Ibisha game, the pushing the h pawn would be the small risk, but Sota Fujii didn't push this pawn and moving the king and moving the silver. Gote will still keep the possibility of the Ibisha and Fujii. So moving the gold will be the best way in this position because of the possibility of the Ibisha. And moving silver and pushing pawn. And finally, Gote Yamasaki move the rook to the opposing rook. So the Mukaibisha. Mukaibisha is very rare in the professional game and also in the title match. And Sota Fujii pushes this pawn. So because Gote already moved the rook and moving the king and moving the king and moving the king and moving the bishop. So this moving the bishop show the Sente Fujii wants to play the slow game like Anaguma. And against this bishop, Gote Yamasaki shows the moving the gold. So this way is very aggressive way against the Anaguma. I have explained in the another video. So if Sente try to create Anaguma, Gote can attack from the right side. So this way is very strong against the exchanging rook. So against this move, Sente will choose the Mino castle, not Anaguma. And jumping the knight is preparing for the defense of this area. And moving the bishop, and pushing pawn, and pushing pawn, and moving the king, and moving the silver. And moving the silver. So against this kind of the Mukaibisha formation, creating the Mino castle is the most stable way. And pushing pawn, and pushing pawn, and pushing pawn, and creating Takamino, and moving the silver, and moving the bishop to use the bishop from this line, and jumping knight, and pushing pawn for creating the Ginkan, pushing pawn, and moving the silver. And in this position, Gote jumps the knight. This is interesting timing because now Sente's castle is very weak, so Sente need to move the gold. Moving the gold and moving the rook. And Sente wants to use this silver, so in this position exchanging the knight. So this exchanging is not so good because the gote's pawn can move forward, but the sente can use the silver to make the stronger castle. And also this silver can use the attack. And in this position, the gote Yamasaki dropped the knight. This knight was very rare. I have never seen the dropping the knight here. I'm not sure that this was the plan of the Yamasaki, but he chose this knight mainly for the defense against this silver attack. So it looks difficult to attack from here, but Sota found the very nice attack from here, pushing pawn. And if take this pawn, sente will push this pawn. If take and take silver and dropping the pawn and moving the silver like bogeying. And if dropping the pawn, sente can dropping the pawn. So this is the nice way. If take, sente can take and dropping the silver here. So this is the best scenario of the sente because the sente's castle is very strong. So this is bad situation for gote. So this pushing pawn looks very small attack, but very strong. And Yamasaki moved the bishop for the counter to the king. So he decided to not defend but attack. And moving the rook to force the taking pawn. Take and pushing pawn. And gote cannot take this pawn and pushing pawn to counter to the king. And moving the bishop. So against the bishop attack, moving the bishop in the same line is a basic defense. Take and take by bishop and take and dropping the pawn. So this knight is useful for the defense of this position, but the sente succeeded to create the very strong castle. This would be the same level of the Anaguma. And gote dropped the bishop here for the future attack to this line, and also avoid this taking pawn. So the sente can take this pawn next. And against this bishop from here, Sota's attack was too much strong. Pushing pawn. This looks nothing. Take and moving the gold. This way was really surprising way because gote can easily sacrifice the bishop, take and drop the silver. So this gold move in general is bad move, but there is a regular case if there is a good move in this position, only this case this gold move will be the good move. And Sota found the very nice attack way, dropping the knight here. So this is very difficult to find. I cannot find this move. And if take rook, for example, sente can remove the silver. So this silver is very important for the gote's castle because the gote's castle is very weak. And for example, sente can dropping the pawn for the continue attack and dropping the bishop here. So gote's castle is already broken, so it's difficult to win. So this knight has to take. And gold can move forward for the attack. And it's already difficult to defend. For example, dropping the pawn, sente can drop the pawn. So in this position, gote need to take the rook. And of course, sente can continue attack. And gote Yamasaki chose the move back the silver. Of course, there is another way, move forward the silver, but against this move, take, and dropping the pawn. It's a nice way. If take, sente can drop the bishop to continue attack. So against the pawn, Yamasaki chose the move back the silver. So this looks defensive way, but this is the aggressive way for the future attack. So from here, Yamasaki ignored the sente's attack and countered by using the knight. Of course, sente take the knight and dropping the rook. So this way is very nice way to reverse this game. So from the Shogi engine point of view, for example, in this position, AI sets the dropping the knight for the defense of this position, but this kind of the move will not create any chance to reverse the game. So in the real game, in the human beings game, this kind of the dropping the knight to attack to the king is very important to give the pressure to the opponent. Take and dropping the rook and promote, take, and take by king. And from here, this game was very complicated because of the end game started. And why I said that this dropping knight and dropping the rook is good way. So because if the sente did the slow attack from here, gote can attack, take gold, and dropping the gold. This attack is very simple but very difficult. If there is no attack to the gote's castle, sente need to defend like this, take, and dropping the silver. So this kind of the sennichite draw game would happen. So for the gote, it's okay because it's already gote was in the bad position. So sente needs to take care about the draw game. So in this position, sente has to hurry up with no mistake. And sente sota drop the bishop. So against this bishop, if take gold, take, and dropping the gold, sente promote the bishop and escape the king. And in this position, there is a interesting way for the future attack, dropping the silver. So this looks just a defense, but this has a meaning to get the gold in hand. So from here, dropping the gold, escape. If I escape here, it's checkmate. Like dropping the bishop. If escape, dropping the knight and moving the gold. So only the position is the escape to this position, but there is also tsume and escape the king and taking the silver. So this is the meaning of the gold. If silver is here, silver cannot take this silver. And if I escape, take, and dropping the rook. So it's checkmated. So let's back this position. Not this position. This position. So the Gote cannot take the goal, and the Gote need to defend by the jumping knight. But the Sente continue attack by the jumping knight. So this is also strong attack. If the Gote take gold and take and dropping the gold, this looks similar, but in this position there is a interesting tsume. Dropping the bishop here. This is very interesting tsume. Of course, rook can take, but in this position there is a interesting tsume. Dropping the silver here, and king cannot escape to the right side because of the rook. So against this knight, Gote has to take knight and promote the bishop here. Is escape to the left side. There is a tsume, dropping the silver, and escape, dropping the knight, take, and dropping the bishop, escape, and checkmate it. And also, if escape to the bottom, dropping the bishop, escape, take, and promote. So the king need to escape to the right side. And in this position, Sente only has the silver. So dropping the silver here and dropping the knight. And this is silver, so this silver cannot take this silver. Only way is move back the silver here to check by the bishop. And Gote drops the knight, but if escape the king, taking the rook and take and remove the knight. This is the interesting way Gote can take, and dropping the gold here. And in this position there is a tsume, dropping the knight, take, and dropping the bishop, a rook here, and dropping the knight, and sacrifice of the bishop, take, and dropping the silver here, take, and take, gold, take, and dropping the gold, escape, and promote the rook, and this is checkmated. So there are many kind of the tsume. This kind of tsume is under this position. So against this bishop, Gote need to drop the knight here. So against this knight, Sente also took the knight, and Gote has to take gold, take, and dropping the gold. So from here, dropping the bishop was very nice way to get the gold, take, and dropping the silver. And if Sente defend this kind of the defense, it would be the draw game. But from here, Sente got the goal in hand. So things are changing. And dropping the knight. And against the knight, Gote chose the take. But if the escape, for example, this position, dropping the rook and dropping the gold, there is a tsume. It's a bit long tsume, but it's not so difficult for the professional players. So this from here, it's tsume, and against the this knight, if the gote escaped this position, so in this position, if sente have a silver, it's tsume, dropping the silver here, so the against this move, sente can drop the gold to get the silver. So at this position, there's very interesting exchange of the pieces happened. And if dropping the bishop, sente can checkmate the king. Take, and dropping the rook. Take, and take. So it's tsume. So against this knight, it's difficult to escape. And gote chose the take, but there is a tsume, dropping the rook, and dropping the knight, and dropping the gold. So this is the meaning of the exchanging this position to get the gold. Take, and take gold. Take, and take knight, and dropping the knight, and dropping the gold. If silver take, dragon take knight and checkmate it. And gote resigned this position. Okay, then let's see the overview of this game. Let's back to the key position. So in this game, the gote Yamasaki chose Mukaibisha. This was very rare case. And also gote chose this way, this formation, moving the gold to the 3-2 position. So this is one of the interesting way to avoid the anaguma. So and in this game, this was succeeded to avoid the anaguma. But the sente succeeded to create the Ginkan. Ginkan is also very strong castle. And pushing this pawn was very nice way. So if gote has a time, gote wants to move the gold and jumping knight and moving the rook like this, because the head of the silver is the weak point of the Ginkan. But there's no chance for the gote. So the pushing pawn. This was very nice attack from in this position. The sente has already completed the castle, so the timing is also best timing and very nice way. And the amazing move was from here, moving the gold, sacrifice, and dropping the knight. This was really incredible move. I cannot find this way. And also in the endgame, it was very interesting to exchange the piece from bishop to gold, and also from the silver to gold, and gold to silver. So this was very nice endgame technique, and it requires the accuracy of the thinking in the endgame. Okay, thank you for watching this video. See you next ramen. Bye bye.